Hey everyone, welcome to the Withering Effect episode 92. Today's date is April 25th, 2021, and I am Duds or Duds Versus, known to the rest of the interwebs.
And I'm Jimbo. You may know me as Jimbo Slice 23. So what have you been up to this week, Duds?
A little bit of off and on. So I've been still stuck in my needing to take a break from Minecraft, and it's not a burnt out break. I keep explaining. It's a creative block break.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I can just plow through those, but a lot of my plans for my base from now on are aesthetic. There's no functionality to what I'm building.
Mm-hmm.
So with no functionality, I can't just this has to be a farm. We'll figure out how to make it pretty later. I can't do that. It's like I need to figure out how to make it pretty now before I can go any further. And I don't force that stuff anymore. If I was full-time and I was doing these videos and stuff, I would find something else or another way to do some stuff. But this is fun. This is just a side hobby and things like that. So I kind of took a little bit of a break, came back on Wednesday and started working. I finished my nether tunnel, which I was super excited for. It's 100% safe. There's only one wall. I have to do some design work. And seeing Azumaboyd's latest video, he does this like giant moo pop poster with banners. I really kind of want to do a banner art wall.
Ah, those are cool.
Yeah, it's just kind of figuring out how to do it. So I've got one little wall in my nether tunnel. But other than that, it's 100% done. You can ride the rails up and down. You don't have to worry about Enderman looking at you and stuff like that. The problem is I've died so many times this week. I say died in quotation marks because I always have a totem of dying on me nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But I've gone through 6 totems. Well, it's actually 8 totems now. It was 6 in the video, but I've died 2 more times since. And there's something going on between the server and my client, and they're not liking each other. Those of you who have been in my stream, I pointed it out. I was placing half slabs. And I would place it down, and it wouldn't show up. And then all of a sudden, it'd snap into reality, just like, boink.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what is that? And the problem is, yeah, anyone who's seen my nether tunnel, it's above a giant pool of lava. So I'd be placing blocks, and stupid me waited to the end to do the floor, which is a half slab. So I'm placing these half slabs, and it's like, oop, that half slab didn't place, and then I would fall through, and then I'd look up and snap right into reality. There's that half slab I should have been standing on.
Oh, wow.
So I'd fall into the pool of lava, try to swim out. My totem of undying goes off. Luckily, they've got some absorption. I try to activate the elytra in the lava. You know how you do in the water?
Mm-hmm.
And you can fly out. You can't do that. At least I can't do that.
Yeah.
Luckily, I always keep ender pearls on me, so I had to grab the ender pearls, put them on my hotbar, get to the top of the lava lake to see where to throw the ender pearl. I got down to a half a heart multiple times, but I never fully died.
Wow.
Like, it took 6 times of this stuff happening to me before I went, I'm brewing up some potion of fire resistance. Because every time it happens, I'm like, oh, I'm just being stupid. Just stop being dumb, and this won't happen. And then it happens again, and it's like, okay, well, then I had to have done something wrong. And then it happens again, and then it happens again. And it's just like, all right, it's not me anymore. There's something going on that's relatively rough. You'll see in the video I've got this week, multiple times I'd jump off a ledge and I'd mash the space button to open an elytra, and it just doesn't open. I just free fall. It's just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I was worried I had my VPN on because I need a VPN to do some of the stuff I do. And I never usually have the VPN on when I'm on the server because I know that really hurts server connectivity. And I'm like, my VPN's not on. Why is this so rough? And I think it's just the way the server's talking to my client. It's not liking it. And it's like, all I've done was updated from 1.16.4 to 1.16.5. How is this bad?
Yeah, I noticed your connection was fine.
Yeah.
What we were recording.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your connection was fine. And you mentioning how you cannot get your elytra to activate. I have a sticky space bar now. I actually need to replace this or clean it. I'll probably clean it. But yeah, that's why mine doesn't activate. It's not usually server side, but yeah, it seems like there's an issue there with your side or the connection. But again, the connection's fine, so there is something.
It's very weird. At first, I thought it was my controller, and then when I saw the half slabs doing the little snap into reality stuff, I went, okay, it's not my stuff physically. It's a connection problem that's not showing up anywhere.
It's like running behind or something.
I don't know. It's like a communication issue. I can't figure. It's very frustrating though.
Mm-hmm.
Dying that many times, and it's just like it really when you're fighting through a creative block and you finally start to get stuff going, just to die over and over and over again. It's just like, you know what? Something's gonna snap, and it's probably gonna be me.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to finish what you got started, and you have to get new gear, and you got to stop and replace things that you've lost. Yeah, I've been there. You have to stop everything you're doing to get back up to par.
Yep. Finally, I finished the second to last row on the mountain. So there's one row left. Now, granted, that one row is a large row, but it's a row that's going to be filled with stuff. So I can do some building now and generally, quote unquote, generally not worry about stuff landing on my face and killing me.
That's good.
So the aesthetic mountain building will be happening soon.
Nice.
It only took 9 months.
Mine took a little longer for my mountain.
What about you? What have you done this week?
Well, I finished my episode, released it. I mentioned, I think last week, I did a lot of editing and kind of continued with that trend with the editing, and it turned out really good. I'm really happy with the episode. Got a lot of good comments on it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should take my time a little bit more.
Yeah.
When doing all this. We mentioned in the pre-show, replay mod can do a lot for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I used it in many situations. Though I had to, go back and forth and edit a little bit of camera movement and stuff. It's really, I don't know, it's really not that hard. It's actually kind of fun to figure out how this is going to look, what it's going to feel like, how's it going to sound. And it takes time, but usually I try to release an episode once a week.
Mm-hmm.
But I might try to, I don't know, if I can release it once a week with that kind of quality, I will. But if I have to wait, I'll wait.
Yeah, your episode this week was very well edited, and I was just like, man, now I'm going to have to do mine like that.
Yeah, you always want to one up, when you see someone do something great, you're like, man, I gotta get up there. I gotta try to do my best.
Well, and it's no secret. Me and you are always just a little bit competitive, and it's always friendly competitive. This past week, I finally caught you in subs on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've been 100 behind for years, and now I'm finally caught up. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as I catch up, you jump 2 ahead of me. I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's like mutual feelings. We're happy for each other. We're both doing.
Yeah.
We're not doing well, but we're doing okay.
Yeah, take my 372 subscribers.
You're at 372?
Yeah, I love every one of you 372.
Yes. I love every one of you 373. Got you by 1.
Really? I thought you had me by 2.
I lost one when the episode came out. Someone's like, what? I'm subscribed to this guy. Better unsubscribe.
Yeah, no, it's always friendly competition. So when I see Jimbo making high quality videos, it's like, I have got to step my game up again. And it's like, I thought I'd been doing that this year. I've been really good at pushing videos out relatively quickly, really coming up with some creative stuff. And now we've got to work on the polish.
Yeah.
Playing Minecraft, I can do that all day. I know how to do that. It's polishing videos. And every once in a while, I do like to go back to my first couple videos and just see how bad they were compared to what I'm putting out now.
Yeah. I was talking to you last night after that triathlon we did about my first episodes that I had. And I was so excited to start YouTube and start doing Minecraft content because I really enjoyed watching it. And I'd keep going back to see how many views I'm getting. I'm like, man, people are watching my videos. I was real happy about it.
Yeah.
And then I realized it was just me watching my video, going back and forth, looking to see who's viewing my video. And I'm clicking on the video to see. So yeah, it was just me. My first 30 views. It was just me.
GG.
But yeah, I guess we can talk about the triathlon a little bit. Maybe not spoil too much, but we did do a triathlon. 5 of us on the server did it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go so well for me, but it was a lot of fun. Aubni set that up for us.
Didn't go well for you.
Yeah, you either. Did you finish?
No, I finished. I just never got back to the finish line once I finished.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering where you were.
Yeah. They'll see in the video. It's funny. I'm going back and editing it, and there's a segment where I say something. I've got a little pop-up thing that goes, foreshadowing. It's like, oh, okay. So I knew before the race started how this race was going to end.
Yeah, it was really cleverly put together. I've never seen a triathlon on Minecraft.
Well, it's Aubni. Aubni is always so creative when it comes to the mini games on the server.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good time.
Aubni, we need like some kind of participation trophy so I could put it up on my trophy wall.
I guess we did get wings out of it.
I didn't get wings.
You didn't get y'all. You died with your wings, didn't
you? Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I don't need wings. The triathlon was rough for me. I was doing so good until it came to the flight mode, and then
I did good the whole time besides the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll save that for the video, what happened at the beginning.
Yeah, we'll have to say that. You guys should watch it. It was fun.
Yeah, it's a good time.
And you basically need to watch several different point of views because there are parts where we're just not even near each other in the races.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you'll get to figure out who won.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you guys check that out.
Anyways, let's head into the snapshot. It's not very big this week, though.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have a lot to talk about. Everyone knows that the snapshot is now being split, or the updates are being split. We have 117, and then we have 118 caves and cliffs. I'm going to stop calling it cliffs. It's the cave update.
Pretty much.
Because there are no cliffs in this update. Beautiful mountains, beautiful caves, no cliffs. I'd love to see a cliff biome. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I guess you could count the ravines and the carvers as cliffs, but when I think of a cliff, I think of like a mountain with just a sheer face.
Yeah, you kind of get that in the savannah a little bit. Some of those higher.
Yeah.
Higher tops.
Yeah, like the shattered savannah has a lot of them.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But they've added some new stuff. So even though they're splitting the updates, the snapshots sometimes have a mix of both still in it. Because just because they're splitting the release dates doesn't mean they're not working on them both at the same time. It's just that the Caves and Cliffs 118 is going to be a lot more technical and take a lot longer to get together.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to go ahead and release the stuff that's already basically flushed out and finished. And for 21W16A, some of the stuff we're going to get is you remember the azalea bushes and the flowering azaleas?
Mm-hmm.
Azaleas, words. You remember those?
I do.
You can now bone meal those and get full-on trees from them.
Yeah, pretty much a sapling.
Yeah, that's really cool. Also, even though you can walk on top of them, they're not spawnable. So you can use a spawn-proof floor, which is pretty cool with those things.
Right.
When you grow those bushes into full trees, you can get the rooted dirt block underneath, which is nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's a way to gather those. I don't think there's any other way besides that, is there?
I don't know. They talked about how we're going to be able to get these things pretty easily in survival, even though the way we would normally get them isn't going to be implemented to 118. Like when 118 comes out, the original way they discussed of us getting all these newer blocks will be reverted back to that way. The 117 way won't work anymore.
Okay.
But I'm not seeing a lot of explanation on how we're going to get stuff at 117. So,
yeah.
Like, we're supposed to get Deep Slate in 117, but I haven't seen how we're getting Deep Slate yet.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's going to be at the very bottom. I don't see us getting, like, the Deep Dark or the Warden.
No. They've said we're not getting any of that.
Yeah, no Skulk sensors.
Which is crazy, because Skulk sensors are pretty flushed out. At least from what I could tell, like, they should be close to good to go, but...
Yeah.
Because of no Deep Dark, no Skulk sensor.
Yeah, they touched up on those a couple times, and apparently it's going to be in creative. Like, you're going to be able to play with it.
Yes.
A little bit, but you're not going to find it in survival.
I'm sure there's going to be a data pack where Wandering Trader sells you that stuff at some point.
Yeah?
I have a feeling you'll see that. The other thing they've added was dripstone. So you can farm the dripstone pretty well now. It's super slow, but if you have... So we know the cauldron farms where you put water above the pointed dripstone and it drops down and it fills the cauldron, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that water is on top of a dripstone block and it has the pointed dripstone underneath it and the water is dripping off of it, what it will do is not only will it grow the hanging pointed dripstone, wherever it lands will also grow the dripstone vertically.
Yeah.
So after time, you'll be able to farm that stuff. Again, it is super, super slow.
Right.
Don't expect to get tons of this stuff. You will not need 90 double chests for this farm.
Right.
I say this, someone's going to build a version of it that's like 90 chunks large just so they can have that many double chests.
Yeah, I don't see myself using those blocks as often either.
Mm-mm.
I mean, the dripstone's nice for, I guess, the cauldrons. I mean, to farm, actually, the lava cauldrons would be more beneficial. Apparently, it can grow on any block it lands on, except for like a half slab or...
Yeah, no half slabs, no stairs, stuff like that.
Stuff that aren't spawnable. It's not going to grow there. But yeah, it can only grow from the dripstone block. Got to keep that in mind.
And I had asked the question, I haven't had a chance to test it, but if you're doing a cauldron farm and your pointed dripstone starts growing and the tip grows into the cauldron block, does your cauldron farm stop working?
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be kind of nice to know.
I have no clue. I know it's got to be no more than 10 blocks away. If it's any more than that, it won't work. But yeah, what if it's right next to it?
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it would, but maybe. I don't know.
Is there any other things in dripstone you want to talk about?
I know it can be crafted with the tips, the dripstone tips.
Yeah.
4 of those can craft into a block. That's it.
Some other changes we're getting. The rot ores obviously got a new texture. Same with the rot ore blocks. Less baked beanie. I'm kind of disappointed. I liked my butterbean block, but I'm okay with it. For the most part, since they've started redoing the textures, I've liked most of the textures.
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal. The big change to ores now is you can get some super large ore veins. And I'm talking like huge. Like they're larger than most mine shafts.
Oh, yeah, they're gigantic.
Yeah, I think Henrik posted a picture on Twitter of this. And if you see like some ore with some granite poking out of the surface of a cave, these are these ginormous veins. So that's where you can start digging and stuff.
Yep, they go every which way. I think it's the copper comes with the granite and the tuff comes with the iron ore. So if you find those veins, they're huge.
Yeah, they quite literally list them as snake-like formations. So
yeah, it's kind of look like branchy.
Yeah,
to me, kind of like a tree branch, at least in the picture.
Yeah, that's kind of a better way to explain it than snake-like. It looks like you took the top of a tree and shoved it underground, filled it with iron.
Yeah, like a big root almost.
Oh yeah, that's even better.
Bam, on it.
Getting it. Another update. This will be the Bedrock beta. It seems to be that if you find a cool cave generation underneath some of the new mountain formations, it turns into a naturally generating ice cave.
Oh yeah, in Bedrock.
In Bedrock, not Java.
Yeah, hopefully we can see that. But yeah, those look awesome. We've had people asking about like ice caves and stuff.
I know.
It does sound more practical in the mountains. I would really like to see that in Java.
I mean, how else am I going to do my Star Wars Planet Hoth replay or role play without ice caves? How am I going to do that? I need ice caves, Mojang.
Yeah.
It looks like we're getting it. At least Bedrock is. Yeah.
I'm looking now that I have a bunch of notes on the dripstone, and I was looking on your side. Was I supposed to?
No. Okay, so for people who may have caught on, I made mention that I really wanted us to do the news in a different way because it was very much us just kind of reading the news. So while the notes for the news is still the same, I was trying to lead it in a way where it felt like just general discussion.
Ah.
And I had thought you had caught on to this.
I'm supposed to know that. Yeah, I'm supposed to know that, right?
I thought you had caught on. I was like, oh, cool, Jimbo caught on this pretty easily. So when I was like, do you have anything about dripstone?
Yeah, we were talking about it, and I'm like, yeah, let's talk about it and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, everything's ever here to talk about.
Jimbo's like, I have a full paragraph of notes I have not read yet.
It almost felt like I just said, I'm not reading it. Just not going to read it.
Well, when you mentioned the copper is granite, iron is tough, that's on my side of the notes. So I figured Jimbo caught on. It's like, hey, this is just a general discussion. We're going to pick and choose some stuff and talk about it.
Nope, I'm just blindfolded over here.
That's kind of how I would like to do the news from now on. So you guys who are listening, especially the guys who have been listening for a long time since we started talking about the news, let us know if this is a better way, or if you would just rather us read word for word what Mojang puts on the website. I think this felt better.
Yeah.
You guys decide.
Trying to see if there's anything I left out. They do mention it only grows 7 blocks long, the stalactites.
And like you mentioned, has to be within 10 blocks.
Yeah, does got to be within 10 blocks. That was just off the top of my head. How about that?
GG.
Yeah.
See, that's the other thing. I thought you had read that note. I was like, oh, he caught on to this. Yes.
No, I didn't.
Jimbo just being Jimbo.
Yeah, just overlooked it. But honestly, I think we did cover everything.
There's a lot of bug fixes, but none of them are crazy important bug fixes. They're basically like statistics. They fix that, like using a rocket during flight now counts as rockets used under the stats.
Yeah.
Like little things like that. It's just like, okay, that's not worthy enough of a topic.
Right.
But moving on from the news. So we got a listener comment from our Discord. This is from Genesis 9032. They say, hey, DuDs and Jimbo, what new building would you add to a village, and what kind of villager would you have work there? Like a baker working in a windmill. I really like the baker in the windmill idea. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, that is good. It's hard to top that. That's for sure. A baker seems logical.
Really logical.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a profession in real life that could translate well.
A baker was kind of the best one because you have a busher, you have a fisherman, and there are a lot of baked goods in Minecraft. You have bread, you have cake, you have pie.
Yeah.
So it kind of made sense.
Maybe another way to sell wheat. There's definitely, I think there is more room for villagers. I would like to see more villagers.
For sure.
It's definitely hard to come up with one off the top of my head. And this note's been there since last night,
Well, the obvious one for me is a lumberjack, and they don't even necessarily have to go chop down trees. I know everyone's going to immediately think of Techtopia, where he has lumberjacks that actually go chop trees down. I would just like a lumberjack that allows me to make stairs and slabs the same way I can with the stone cutter. That would be really nice. Or I'm trying to think. We have the guy who the armorer does armor and leather and stuff like that. Does anyone do banners?
Cartographer does do at least banner patterns.
Gotcha.
They do maps and stuff.
The baker is the best one.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best one I've heard so far. Other than, I would say a lumberjack would be nice, but I don't think it would really fit in that well. I think the guy who uses a stone cutter would be fine if they would just allow us to make stairs and slabs with the stone cutter using wood products, I should say. Everyone's going, you can't make stairs, wood stairs and slabs.
Yeah, and that's another thing you got to think about. Like, you have your villager and its build, but it also needs a workstation. So you'd have to come up with a workstation, and that would have to be probably, most likely, a whole new block to implement in the game.
How cool would it be to not have to farm trees? You could just trade emeralds for logs.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would save so much time.
I know, right? I ran out of dark oak this weekend. It's like, I don't want to go chop a bunch of dark oak. So I went to the shopping district. Luckily, Link still had dark oak for sale, and I bought a couple stacks from her. But it's like, man, if I had villagers that could sell me the stuff, that'd be nice. I got emeralds falling out of my base in every hole.
Yeah, I don't think you can get any wood off of villagers. Maybe a wandering trader might sell you 4 pieces or something.
You can get saplings from traders. I don't think you can get logs.
Yeah.
Dumb.
What kind of workstation would the baker have if there was a baker? Like, would it just be the furnace? I mean, isn't there a furnace that does food?
Well, the smoker does food.
Yeah.
But you don't bake cakes, or anything, which I find weird.
Okay, yeah.
You craft cakes and pie. You don't bake them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You'd think an oven, but that's a That's a furnace, pretty much.
We already have 3 furnaces. We don't need a 4th.
Yeah.
And a baker wouldn't use an oven, at least in the way the game mechanics work.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what they use. But yeah, the game.
They need a pyrack. That's what they need.
Okay.
Give me a new way to display food. That would be cool. We could already use the campfire trick, where you put meat on the campfire and then extinguish the fire. Give us something. Shelves. I want shelves in Minecraft.
Shelves is a great idea.
Yeah, I know you can do modded shelves and stuff like that, and that's really cool. But vanilla, yeah. We have the armor stand mod that kind of helps out a little bit on that too, because that's not extremely modded, but it's a lot of work. And give me some shelves. Shelves would be nice.
Yeah, be cool with that.
Should we move on?
Yeah, I like the baker and the windmill idea.
That's a really good idea. Anyways, thank you for that, Genesis. That comment came from our Discord, and our Discord is the only place you can talk to everyone who works on the show easily. Just take High Hope's word for it.
What's going on, everybody? I'm High Hopes, and I'd love for you to come and hang out on our Discord. Whether it's taking part in our weekly vote, mending Minecraft, sharing your ideas for the game, or just chatting with other fans of the show, the Withering Effect Discord has something for everyone. Join today by following the link in the show notes.
Alright, thank you for the Discord at High Hopes. And speaking of the Discord, it's the only place you can get involved in the Mending Minecraft vote. This week we asked you to choose between one of 3 items for us to discuss and approve. Your choices were boat, compass, and banner patterns.
And the winner of Mending Minecraft this week is... banner patterns. Not sure if anyone's seen that coming.
Yay.
Except for 35 people who voted for it.
I was all set to talk about boats this week.
Yeah, I was thinking boats. But boats had 14 votes. Compass only had 11. So banner patterns. People want to hear about these banner patterns. I got a little bit on there. Banner patterns are an item used to customize Jesus, let me start over. Banner patterns are items used to customize banners inside looms. There are 6 patterns in Java Edition and 7 in the Bedrock Edition. Banner patterns are created by combining one paper along with a chosen design. Some designs include enchanted golden apples, creeper heads, wither heads, daisies, also bricks and vines in the Bedrock version. Jeez, can't talk. Both Java and Bedrock Edition patterns are flower charge, creeper charge, skull charge, thing pattern. Didn't know that was a pattern. And the snout pattern.
Yeah, what's a thing pattern?
Yeah, it says thing.
Carl might have to edit out some of my clicky clack, but I am straight up Googling thing pattern in Minecraft before we go any further.
It's funny as I went over all this last night to get the notes for it, and I don't know, never really looked at it.
Oh, it's the Mojang logo.
Oh, okay. They called it thing. That's weird. The Java has a globe pattern, while the field mason and the border indented pattern, is on Bedrock. Border. It's a weird name.
I haven't seen the globe pattern pop up. That's one you have to find.
Well, it's I don't have this on the notes, but I did read about it. You can get it from a expert cartographer.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I definitely want to collect banner patterns. That might be something I work on more during the season, because I have a few. You ended up giving me the snout pattern because you found it in your Bastion raids.
Yep. I think I've raided 3 and only found 1.
Rare.
They're pretty rare.
But I'm going to talk a bit about banners also, because even though it says banner patterns, I was telling Carl last night, I'm not talking about banners again. If we have another Mending Minecraft and he puts a gray banner as an option, I'm not doing it. We'll talk about it together. Like, some of the things I'd like to change is, like, when you make a banner and you put it on a shield, they look different. Why do they look different?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me, so I would like that to be more fleshed out. I don't care which way they go, just as long as they look the same.
Yeah, that's something I've never done. Well, I don't really carry a shield, but yeah, adding a banner to a shield, never done it.
Early in the season, I carried a shield a lot, and then when I started getting just massive amounts of Totems of Undying, The shield kind of took a backseat.
Okay.
Shields are really nice. Another thing, unlimited layers. Why do we only have like 6 layers in survival Minecraft?
You can ruin banners that way. Once you run out of layers and you don't have the right thing. Well, I guess you can. Can't you wash them off? I don't know.
I think you can dip them in a cauldron of water to clean them off.
It takes off a layer at a time. That's right. Probably something that should have been in the notes. I've done that.
I couldn't remember if that was just a bedrock thing or not.
No, I had to do that when I made my proper rocket shop. I messed up quite a few times. And I was going to like throw away the banners. But yeah, you can dip them in water and take layers off.
I just made banners this weekend and I made the wrong color because cyan banner color is different than, yeah. So I ended up just throwing the banner away because I totally forgot you could just wash it off.
Yeah, I don't know if you can take like the color, the main color off.
Well, it was a dye. The cyan was a dye color.
Okay.
The main color of the banner was black.
All right. Yeah, you probably, I figured you could.
I should have just cleaned it up, but I don't have any cauldrons with water in my base. I have that lake in the middle of my storage room. So whenever I need a water source, I just bloop, take from the lake and it infinity refills and stuff.
You think you could just use that to dip your banner in to clean it off? Why would you need a cauldron? But
well, if you drop a banner in water and you've now washed your banner all the way off on accident, so they probably don't want that to happen.
Okay. Yeah. See that happen a lot.
But this is another reason why I'm excited for the dripstone stuff, because I will have dripstone cauldron farms, and that's where I will get my water and lava sources from.
Yeah.
Another thing is I'd like some more patterns. If we can get unlimited layers, every update I'd like a new banner pattern. And they don't have to be crazy cool looking patterns. It could be little things like, oh, here's a triangle now.
Yeah.
The snout was really cool.
It's cool seeing people come up with their own.
Mm-hmm.
Really creative, like things I would never think of.
Yeah.
If I make a pattern, I got to Google it or YouTube it because I don't know how to work it that well.
Same.
But yeah, there's only, like I said, there's only 6 in Java and 7 in Bedrock. So yeah, it'd be nice to get a few more of those.
I made a chest banner this weekend. So a lot of people keep going into my base and they walk through the wrong portal. And so they take the minecart track that links the 2 sections of my bases together.
Mm-hmm.
And all my minecarts disappear. Now, granted, that's part of my fault for not setting up the minecarts the correct way. I did it the lazy way because I was like, oh, no one's going to be going on these minecarts. They're just going to use the portals.
Till the Easter egg hunt.
Until the Easter egg hunt. And now it's been basically broken ever since. I have the way to fix it. And I think I'm going to do that this episode depending on how much time I have left. But yeah, I made a chest banner. And that was pretty cool. I was like, I would have never thought you could make this shape with this banner. And sure enough, it's like 4 layers. That's it. And it's a pretty detailed chest.
Really?
Yeah, you'll have to see it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got to check that out. Yeah, I'm always amazed at how some people can come up with some of these banners. I know, like letters, I mean, once you make a letter, you could probably make it again.
Yeah.
You made a, what was it? A blaze banner for the Blaze farm. It looks so cool. Looks just like a blaze.
That was not me. That was Googled.
Okay.
But yeah, it's cool looking. The fact that somebody was able to figure that out.
Mm-hmm. That's probably why there isn't so many of them, just because they kind of give you, different options to create your own. It's the only thing I can really think of.
If you do Google banner patterns, you start going through the catalog of stuff that people have made, you'll start to find that a lot of people just copy each other and change the colors up a bit.
Yeah.
It takes a bit to find some really cool creative ones. And so I think I talked about this earlier. I can't remember if it was pre-show or this show, but Azumavoid made a nice banner wall. I think it was this show. And I'm going to be trying to do that. So keep your fingers crossed. I'll let you guys know just how easy it is to play with multiple banners to create one giant banner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those always look cool. And there's a little animation to them.
Yeah.
It's the best part.
But that's kind of all I had. And there wasn't a lot improvement to banners. I really want unlimited layers.
Yeah.
Because that really does allow you to do a lot of stuff. And the big thing was banners and shields. Let's match them together. Plus the thought of, hey, new update. We're getting a big update. Let's do another banner pattern like we did with 116. 116 got a new music disc. It got a banner pattern. It's like, let's keep that. Every time we have a big update like that, let's get a new music disc. Let's get a new banner pattern. That's cool.
Yeah, mix it up a little.
Yeah, but if we get all these banner patterns, we need unlimited layers.
Yeah.
All right, main topic. This one was actually given to us from Carl, mainly because we held him hostage on a call until we came up with a topic to talk about.
Kept him up. And
he had mentioned that with all the data packs going on now, and then we have multiplayer sleep, probably one of the most famous SMP data packs is now becoming the standard in Minecraft. It's now a game rule. You can just turn that on and off using the console. You don't need a data pack. What other data packs should just be in vanilla Minecraft now?
Yeah.
We made a list of 5 each, but we tried not to use the same ones. And none of these are going to be any top 5 order or anything like that. They're quite literally just 10 data packs that we really liked and thought should be in the game.
And Duds is better. Yours are better than mine.
Because I did mine first.
Yeah, you came up with yours first, so I didn't want to copy any. You got some really good ones. I suggest all of yours, but I do have 5 more.
We'll start with my number 1. Is kind of an obvious one for anybody who watches Hermitcraft, and that's the armor stand mod with the book and stuff. That's a data pack.
Mm-hmm.
Us Java guys, we don't have arms on our armor stand. We don't have poses for our armor stands. We need this data pack to do stuff like that. Bedrock, they've been posing and arming for forever now.
They can make their armor stands dance.
Yeah.
We can't.
We cannot. So some armor stand love is definitely needed. It doesn't have to be I think it's Stick God who made the data pack in the book and stuff. It doesn't have to be as inclusive as that, but something better than just the standard, I'm going to stand here armor stand.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
I think we should also probably, before we go any further, mention that most of our data packs are leaning towards SMPs because that's what we play the most.
Right.
You might have some single player stuff or a data pack for a PvP stuff. This is our personal experience, so keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. Again, SMP data pack I would really like is the Afk display.
Yeah.
A lot of times you want to reach out to a player on the server and they're AFK and you don't realize it. So it's nice to, that indicator letting you know.
Very much. You could be trying to get a farm working, talking to a player to see like, hey, are you in the overworld? Are you in the nether? Why isn't this working? And they're not responding. And you're like, why are they not responding? Come to find out they're AFK. So we actually have this installed now. We had this on Comicraft for a long time too.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to know if a player's AFK or not.
Yeah, pretty useful.
This one is kind of a hit or miss depending on people, but the terracotta rotation wrench, and I also want to put out a lot of these are found on vanilla tweaks. They're kind of the big, easy get to data pack guys. Some of mine aren't vanilla tweaks, but the first couple are. And the terracotta rotation wrench, I hate placing glazed terracotta. And there are times when I really want to use it, but figuring out the stupid rotation drives me crazy. So to have a tool I can just click and it rotates the terracotta for me is really nice. I don't think we've ever used it in any of the SMPs or my single player world, but having that tool would allow me to use glazed terracotta more.
Yeah, I've used it a couple times and it's such a pain. It makes your job so much longer to accomplish. And you wouldn't think like placing a block a certain way could be that hard, but the design on each of these terracotta blocks are so intricate.
Yeah.
You don't know which way it's going to face when you put it down. It can be really annoying.
Yeah.
My next one, I think we have this on the server, at least something similar, is double shulker shell drops.
Ours is more randomized.
Yeah, I think it's like the loot table is up or something.
Mm-hmm.
In single player, you probably wouldn't need it as much, but on a multiplayer server where we have farms everywhere, it's very convenient to have just a little more shulker shells around for all of our projects that we do.
Well, plus if it's a double shulker shell drop, it makes sense when you kill a shulker, it drops 2 shells because it is a 2-shell creature.
Yeah, right?
Like everyone was like, yeah, right? Like, right? Why aren't you dropping 2 shells?
Where'd the other one go? What happened to your other shell?
All I have is your hat. I needed your pants.
Yeah. Where's your bowl you sit in?
Give me your bowl. That's so stupid. But yeah, I definitely agree. Shulker shell drops, especially on an SMP, especially when you have people building giant farms that require tons of shulker boxes, is needed.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to make sure everyone has them.
Yeah, that or the ability to constantly reset the end.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Yeah. My number 3 is another quite obvious why is this not in vanilla yet, and it's mob head drops.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I find it hard to still believe this is not a vanilla concept. It makes so much sense to have mob head drops in the game.
Yeah, I always recommend mob head drops when we start a SMP. I always vote on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like a game inside the game. You know, you can collect them if you want, or you can use them for like different skits. In my past video, I put a wandering trader head on to be a wandering trader. You know, it's a lot of fun, and yeah, I feel like that should be in vanilla.
For sure. What's your next one?
Well, we'll go along with yours, and I'll say player head drops. Whenever, not every time you die, but like on the SMP, if someone kills you, I feel like they should get your head as a trophy, at least.
I've always agreed with that statement. If you're going up and you're PvPing someone, instead of taking their gear or their armor or anything like that, like you should be allowed to have their head. Makes complete sense. We have something like that, except it's different in the fact that it's randomized, that certain lethal mobs will be wearing your head, which is sometimes fun, but at the same time, if you're looking for a particular head, the fact that it randomizes when you will see the heads, it randomizes which heads you will see, and it randomizes the chance of dropping, kind of makes it really hard to get certain heads. Like, I have one Dud's head this entire season. And it just so happens I only have seen one Dud's head this entire season. I got very lucky and was able to get a Dud's. I think I have like 5 Jimbo heads. I got your head like everywhere.
Yeah, last season, that was the last one I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's fun to collect them also.
Yeah, I think last season I had a straight up room dedicated to player heads. Tried to collect the entire server.
Yeah, I have them collected in a shulker box.
Mine's in a barrel now. Yeah, no display, you get a barrel.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to figure out how to display them.
I'm going to save my number 4 for last because it's probably my favorite one. But the Silent Mobs data pack, and I'm specifically pointing to our server mate Wintergraves, because I think his version is the best version I've seen so far. Now, Vanilla Tweaks has the version where you can just name tag or rename a name tag to silent, click the mob, and now they're quiet. Winter's works as in you name a armor stand, and then you put that armor stand near the mob you want to be quiet. And what's really nice about his is you have different ranges that you can have pick up on mobs, and the fact that it's any mob within that range. So I don't have to waste 9 name tags on a mob.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. I have that in my villager breeder because there's a zombie in there to lower the trades.
Okay.
I've got the armor stand right next to the zombie, so it's just like, yeah, I never have to hear that again. People who like chicken farms, this would be perfect because you got like 20 chickens in that chicken farm. You put the armor stand on top and you're done. That's really nice.
Never messed with it before, but yeah, it seems like a great idea.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The next 2 I got, I've never used them, but I saw these. I'm like, whoa, these are fantastic data packs. One is the fast leaf decay. It just sounds practical. You know, I mean, leaves don't hang there.
This is true.
In the sky forever. You know, they do fall with the tree. I mean, they don't have to, you know, go away right away, but a little bit faster. You know, let's speed that decay up a little bit.
That would be nice. There are several times I found myself waiting on leaves to decay to get the one sapling I need so I can grow a large tree.
Same here.
So having them decay at a faster rate would actually probably be rather nice.
Yeah. You think I don't know, you think that would be a vanilla thing?
Yeah.
We could see it.
Yeah, it seems like it would be a perfect game rule.
My other one was Workstation Highlights. I really had to look for this one because I never even heard of this data pack before. it allows you to recognize what workstation belongs to what villager. And I'm not sure if you had trouble, but I've had trouble many times with villagers connecting to workstations that aren't near them, especially in like trading halls.
Yeah.
They can link up with a workstation across the room and you would never know it. And you don't know which one they're connected to. So the safest thing is to break them all, to just start over. That can be annoying. So yeah, I really, really like that data pack, and I've never seen it before.
Yeah, I meant to ask you, I forgot about it. Do you know if this is a like server side data pack you have to put on, or is it a player side data pack or client side? Like, could I individually put it in my data packs?
Maybe. It was on Vanilla Tweaks. That's where I saw it.
It might be individual. I don't know. I have to do some more research on that, because that is a very cool data pack.
Yeah. It seems, again, practical for vanilla.
Yeah.
Should be able to know that. Should be able to know.
I mean, we do have the green sparklies whenever a villager accepts a workstation, which is funny because in my villager trading hall, because the workstations are raised a half step higher than the villagers, every time they go to work, I get green sparklies everywhere.
Yeah.
Don't know why that is. I thought I'd just see that once, but every time they go to work, it's just like, you get the loud noise of the workstation and then green sparkles fly out of everywhere.
You get that sound too.
Yeah. But my final one is a client-side data pack. It's the only client-side data pack I had on my list, but it is the one data pack I think I use more than any of them. And it's the Shulker Box Tooltip data pack. And this is the data pack that allows you to see inside a Shulker box. No more do you have to rely on the game just kind of listing out what's in there. You can actually hover over the Shulker box, click Shift, or you have Alt Shift. I think I use Alt Shift, and that shows what like the Shulker box inventory actually looks like. Whereas the Shift just kind of shows you everything that's in there. So it'll be like you have 496 stone or something like that. Whereas if you hold Alt Shift, it'll show you, hey, you have 4 stacks of stone and 4 flowers and 3 lapis, just random stuff. This is one of those data packs where I'm like, I need this to play this game now.
Yeah, and they kind of give you a taste of it with bundles. You can see inside the bundles.
Yeah.
You think it'd be a lot easier for them now to bring it to the Shulker boxes?
You'd think. So I would, out of all the data packs, that's the one I would push the hardest for, just because I use it every single time I'm playing the game. Especially, like, my ender chest is now just basically full of Shulker boxes. The majority of them are empty, because it's one of those, well, I have a full inventory, I need to dump it in a Shulker box. But it's really nice just holding down the Alt Shift button and just like scrolling past, and you're like, okay, this has this in it, this has that in it, that has this in it. It's awesome. It's so good.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Right. You'd also push for it because of your war on inventory.
Yes. My war on inventory.
That would help.
Never thought of it like that, but yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Me and inventory are at war.
You're at war. Yeah, it is annoying not knowing, only knowing like 4 things that are in there and not knowing what the rest of the Shulker box has. I can't believe I couldn't spit that out.
It's been a rough morning. We were up rather late writing the show. And it's like, we woke up and immediately Jimbo's like, hey, I'm ready to go when you are. And like, Jimbo, it's 9 a.m.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, that's right. I'm an hour off.
Our regular listeners aren't prepared for this yet.
No one's even ready. The only one.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's show. But before I have Jimbo read us out, I want to say a huge thank you to all of our patrons who are supporting the show. Our milk level patrons are Aubni, ChiefBigBear, Crock, Firestar, FragileRock, ohbeep, StoneFigure, viperoustuna, and YDYT. If you too would like to get access to exclusive benefits and hours of extra content each month, please consider joining at patreon.com/The Withering Effect.
And if you like the show, you can share it with all of your friends and on social media. If you listen on Spotify, follow us, or if you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these really helps the show reach more listeners. If you'd like to get in contact with us, send an email to podcast@thewitheringeffect.com, tweet us, leave a voice message, or join our Discord where you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. All the links are in the show notes.
This show has been brought to you by Jimbo and myself, but also our digital producer, Carl. He helps make sure the show ends up where it should be, and the amazing music you hear in the intro and outro is created by the one and only Decoy. Everyone's social media info can be found down in the show notes. You guys have been awesome as always. Thank you so much for getting withered with us. You should probably go drink your milk now. Bye.
See you guys.